Well, again, want to thank the moderators, want to thank the audience here and those watching on television at home. You saw two different visions of leadership tonight. Mine is leading by example. When I ran for Congress, I ran on three simple promises. I promised to introduce and help pass no budget, no pay, a law that says if members of Congress don't do their job and pass a responsible budget, they don't get paid. I kept that promise. I promised to fight against efforts to privatize Social Security and that I would return my pension until we strengthen Social Security and Medicare. I kept that promise. And I promised not to take any pay raises and work across the aisle to get Sacramento County working again. I kept that promise. That is leadership by example. Now contrast that with Congressman Ose. When he was a member of Congress, he took multiple pay raises. He voted for tax breaks for companies that ship our jobs overseas. And he voted to privatize Social Security. And tonight, we talked about the Iraq War, the biggest failure of foreign policy in our lifetime. He didn't move away from that vote, even in hindsight, knowing what we know today. It's been an honor serving our community for the last 19 years as a doctor. It's been my privilege being your member of Congress these past two. I would be honored to have your vote on November 4th.
Congressman, thank you. Mr. Ose.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting me spend this hour with you in your homes and here in this audience. Jason, you've done a great job. Leadership matters, ladies and gentlemen. We see that across the country and around the world. Right now, we don't have it. Washington is broken. Simply put, our country is on the wrong track. Congressman Bera is in Washington, and he's not doing anything to change the direction of policy or our prospects. He's voted to increase taxes by $2.6 trillion. He's voted to, those of you who own a home, he's voted to deny you, to take away the home mortgage interest deduction. He's voted to take $716 billion away from Medicare funding over the next 10 years. He's voted to increase fuel taxes on the gas we buy for our cars and our pickups. He's done nothing to protect our water. In fact, he's been silent on controlling the releases from Folsom that amount to thousands of gallons per second of water that we desperately need, and he sends it south. That's not leadership. That's abdication. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a record in this community of getting things done using real-world experience. I'm asking you tonight to join me in my quest to get our country back on track. We can do this. Leadership matters. God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Mr. Ose. Thank you, Congressman Bera. I think you'll both agree we covered a lot of ground and gave folks something to think about on all the various issues. Of course, I also want to make sure I say thank you to our esteemed panelists, Marianne Russ from Capitol Public Radio, Dan Smith from the Sacramento Bee, and Michaela Cuoca-Coleman from the Folsom Lake College online newspaper, The Talon. Of course, thank you to our studio audience tonight. They did keep the applause down. Their opportunity to applause comes basically now as we end. We also want to thank the viewers at home. Make sure you are informed now. You've heard from both candidates. It's now your job to go out and vote on November 4th. Good night.